Nora crosses the path to walk alongside
You
Jade.
mentioned it before, but I think I was approached by those MK goons you mentioned, the public health project guys.
Shit. Egregore and everything.
Yeah.
Was this a job she told me about?
Listen, you didn't ask for it, but here's my advice. You see them coming again? You run, or tell them to fuck off, or scream at them, or whatever. But do not take their money, Nora. I'm serious.
No, yeah, I wasn't going to.
You were, but maybe it was bad advice. Who gave her that advice? Welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Tailspinner, and this Tales Over Coffee. We start the day together with an additive tale and a cup of coffee, in the hopes of welcoming a blessed day. Turn now to Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. Act 1, Chapter 3. Trusted Hand. Holly's room. A new day dawns, consciousness returns slowly, and as I open my eyes, they feel like hot marbles rolling in their sockets. Yesterday was more intense than I'd imagined. Reconnecting with Laszlo took an emotional toll I'm not sure either of us was ready for. I checked the clock. Past 10. Late. 5 more minutes won't hurt. As my eyes close a flicker and I'm back in Reverie, I open them and I'm at home. Bed. This is becoming intolerable. I wait a few moments to see if the sensation returns, but it leaves me be for now. Time to get up. Neds.
Are you sure you saw it in here?
Yes, it was by the sink. I was listening to my podcast.
Researching about the Oxyons, are you?
I'm sure there's a connection between them and Ursula and... Oh! Morning, sleepyhead.
Looks like the two of them have been up for a while. For Laszlo, that's not a surprise, but Nora's usually a night owl. Breakfast is all laid out. Is? Bowl of fruit. Banana crepes, hazelnut and sesame paste. Fresh mango, my favourites.
Are you two this awake already?
Already? It's nearly lunch.
Grandpa, tell her!
Tell me what?
No, you do it.
We have a lead! On Ursula.
Consequence of objectives. The next node's barrier was removed after you reached last chapter's objective. The other is forever accessible to you. Inaccessible. You might not see the consequence of an objective node until much later in the story. One in the crowd, Bond. Reaching out might be helpful next time. Go you the way. Or power. Might not seem like much, but Laszlo and Nora have been doing research together all morning. Oh, we can. That one's locked, of course. This isn't. It takes a few seconds for my mind to adjust to what I just heard. Laszlo, Nora, and I stayed up late chatting, just the three of us. And here I am, feeling hungover after only a few drinks. Oh, it's B20 again.
Something. A girl who used to come here often before Ursula disappeared.
She came to meet with Ursula. Several times, in fact. I asked who she was, and your mother said she was a journalist, interested in publishing some of her poems.
Which is weird. Nobody publishes poetry nowadays.
I have to admit that Ursula hasn't sold a single text in decades.
Poetry's dead, I guess.
Anyway, I didn't push it. Assumed your mother would tell me the truth when she was ready. But then...
She disappeared off the face of the earth.
I mentioned her to Nora, but...
I don't follow the magazines around here. Not a big reader, unfortunately. But something about her sounded familiar, you know? Grandpa actually gave a pretty detailed description.
She's pretty memorable.
At first, I was a bit puzzled, and then I remembered who it might be. Jade.
Okay.
Jade. Jade Galea?
I'm a little behind on Atenan politics, Nora.
Okay, fine. She's quite famous around here. She's organized a lot of protests.
Something is shining in her eyes. A sense of joy, excitement. Not sure exactly what, but it's nice
I
to
follow her
see.
on all the socials. We've never talked as such, but we have a bunch of mutuals. I sent her a message this morning, but no reply. But my friends, her friends, they'll know where she is, for sure.
She's also the editor of a local magazine, probably where she was going to publish the poems. There's only one printer like that on Athena. The rest is controlled by MK. We could check there, see if they know where we could find her.
We've got options, so that's a good start. A really good start. Causality. The lock symbol indicates that the node is locked. You need to reach the key that opens its key icons on the augural. Select the node you want to play to find its key on the augural. Explore the printing room. An underground printing room sounds quite cool. Or find Jade's friend. I feel closest connection with Nora, so we'll go for finding Jade's friend. Costello Road. I reckon Jade's friend would be more likely to give us info than a business
Friends
associate.
first.
Yes, great, perfect. Come on, I know where they hang out.
Are they your friends as
No, not really. We have mutual friends, and some similar interests.
Similar interests. I won't dig any deeper, but I'm curious. It doesn't take long for us to find them. Nora beams and runs ahead. Some in the group greet her warmly with hugs and hand slaps, others nod in a more distant recognition.
weird?
We chat.
Huh?
What's weird?
The fact that Nora is an individual person now, not just a little kid. She has friends and places where she hangs out.
Ah, that feeling. A part of me is sad because I feel terribly old. But the rest of me is happy to see that Nora is her own human being now.
Someone, one of the people who seem to be Nora's own friends, casually offers her a cigarette. Slaps it away. I've never seen her move so fast. She almost manages to hide that panicked glance at Laszlo at first, too. Not quite, though. Laszlo grunts and I feel a smile at the corner of my
A
lips.
human being who can make mistakes.
Yeah. And like every other human being, she can fix them.
Then she's back.
They're a bit suspicious. I'm not sure about what to do about that.
How should we approach this? That's a big question. Nora? And it's up to me to find the answer. I tell Nora to be assertive. The situation is urgent. It seems like the right way to go about it. Tell Nora to act natural. These people don't know why you're here. While assertiveness is often a positive thing, I'd have to say acting in a way that's not your nature can be problematic, so yes. Tell Nora to act natural. Oh, I don't have one bond. So I have to go this way. Let's try a more direct
Be
approach.
frank. Let's not beat around the bush.
Right.
She nods and heads
She's a
off.
good kid.
Nod. Nora comes back to her. She's smiling, but she seems a bit disappointed.
So, they are extremely cool,
Yeah, I gathered.
but they haven't seen Jade in a while. Said she's not even online all that much these days. No posts, no replying to messages, that sort of thing. They were supposed to go to a protest yesterday and Jade didn't show,
Uh-oh.
which I guess is extremely unlike her.
Well, that doesn't sound like a coincidence.
Ursula?
Not much. Yes.
Could be. But Ursula disappeared weeks ago.
They said the skate park was the best place to look for her.
That sounds like a start.
Indeed.
Good job, Detective Nora.
Off to do some skating then. Nora visibly cringes.
Too much.
Next destination, skate park. More info about Jade. Nora's about to say something, but what's that sound? Not Jade's personal issues. Nora's just started to say something when a buzzing stops her mid-word. A drone. It hovers directly above us, rotating slowly. Its little engine whines like a wounded animal as it moves back and forth. Having apparently decided we aren't a threat, it takes off, rising high over the city. Nora glances meaningfully at
Come
Laszlo.
on. You don't think it was here for us?
Polly,
It was just a patrol.
you've been gone a while. Things aren't like they used to be.
I guess not. I feel almost alien on my own island.
Rule number 1 on a Tina. Never say anything around a drone you wouldn't want recorded.
Damn things are everywhere these days. City sounds like a giant beehive.
Monoconzern owns this island, or they will. Control of everything. Public services, advertising, even security. It's all theirs now.
I don't know the translation of this. I'm guessing one thought. Mono is usually single or one. Concern sounds like concern, or on purpose, one thought.
Well then, might they have something to do with how Jade's suddenly keeping a low profile?
Her friends don't think so. They said something about some personal issues. Nothing specific, though.
Causality, we unlock this node. You can access it normally. We can't go this way, Ursula and MK. Jade's personal issues. They say Jade isn't the same as she was. As we walk through the bustling city, Laszlo decides it's time for a short break. He halts, leaning against a railing in thought.
Personal issues. Now, these days that could mean a lot. Money, relationships, politics. It's too vague. Nothing to work with. You ask me, though, that damn company's involved somehow. They always are when things go tits up. Jade seems to be well known, respected even. No way they don't know about her. To be as young as her, carrying all that weight, I'd probably want to escape the limelight from time to time, too.
I can't help but feel moved by his comments. I'm older than Jade, and what did I do? I left the island.
Can't imagine either.
Shake my head. Let's not get sidetracked. I need to focus on the issue at
What about
hand.
Ursula? Do you think MK's interested in her, too?
I can't see why they would be. What would they want with a poet?
Poets are often thought of as having dangerous thoughts.
What if?
An idea is forming, a thought, a little bubble that could maybe change the course of this.
What if they weren't interested in her? What if she was with them?
That could be too.
She would have said something. Or, well, or not, if it was risky for us. I don't like where this is going, but
He swipes his sweaty forehead and pushes himself away from the railing.
first, the skate park.
Laszlo's backup plan. Power. It may be risky, but it could work. Consequence to lose a power and a bond. We only have a power. Nodes can also make you lose crystals when you reach them. This node will make you lose one bond crystal and one power crystal. We head to the skate park. The streets are quieter now, with rush hour long since over. A stray dog trots alongside us for a moment, sniffs my hand, and wanders off. Jade is a long shot. Jade is a long shot. Their only hope. Besides, Laszlo claims he has a plan.
Out with it then.
Posters.
Posters. Of Ursula.
Exactly. Look, your mother may not be the best-known woman on this island, but she has connections. Hell, the Naiads is basically a community center, and everyone at the bar knows her. We get her face up everywhere, tell people to contact us. We're bound to get something back.
Yeah, a lot of false reporting, probably. Nora and I share a glance. This feels good. It could
And if
work.
we do find this Jade, well, we could run an ad in that magazine of hers.
Use her network to spread the word even further.
Exactly.
That sounds like a pretty good way to piss off MK.
Yeah. But Jade's our best chance. If we get close to her, we get closer to MK as well.
The more we learn, the more Ursula's disappearance becomes shrouded in mystery. Was it really the result of politics? Did she get herself into something she couldn't get out of? And is creating a public scandal really the best way to find our answers? Local poet disappears, MK does nothing. They won't say or do anything. They're already getting away with much worse.
On the prize.
Hello, Bliss.
You're getting closer, right? You're making moves.
Oh, yes. Maybe Nora and Laszlo are right. Maybe this will work out. I mean, we're making moves, but that doesn't mean we're getting closer.
Keep that momentum going. Reverie still needs you.
Bliss suddenly becomes more absorbed in a handheld console, focused on mashing two specific buttons as fast as possible. This glimpse of her undivided concentration is impressive, but it doesn't seem to be going as she planned.
No! Ugh. Can you try to wrap it up before I rage quit this game?
Bliss must know that I can't answer right now.
Also, you didn't hear this from me, but Power's getting all ceremonial about the truth situation.
I'd like to ask what that even means, but I can't. And anyway, she's already gone. Right, so, Jade. When we get to the skate park, how should we approach her? We have, keep it straightforward. She may take me more seriously. Try to befriend Jade. Straightforward. Amadeus Skate Park. We arrive at the skate park and my heart sinks. It's deserted, not a single soul in sight. I'm about to suggest we come back later when I hear the squeak from Nora. It's Jade emerging from behind a half-pipe. She's a stranger to me, but there's no mistaking that posture. She looks exhausted. Simple and to the point. That's the best way to do this.
Ah, Jade?
The young woman's guard is immediately up. No doubt she's used to being recognised and suspicious of who we might be.
Can I help you?
This is Nora and Laszlo. I'm Polly, Ursula's daughter. From the Naiads. My mother is missing, and we were wondering if you could help us.
The young woman says nothing. Her face has shut down. Is this shock?
We know you visited her a few times at home before she disappeared.
Or she could be assessing us, trying to judge whether or not we're for
We
real.
were just wondering if you could tell us what you talked about. If it involved monokonzan at all.
Jade remains silent. Suddenly she turns her head and looks at me straight in the
When did
eye.
she disappear exactly? What was she like the day before? Was she acting strange?
This isn't the passionate Jade I've heard about. She feels cold, analytic. The opposite of energetic, driven, firestarter I'd imagined.
Look, I'm sorry to press you on this. I really am, but we really need to know if you two were planning anything beyond the poetry.
She moves closer and she's still not
Who's the
answering.
last person who saw her?
For a moment I don't know what to do. But she must be asking these questions for a reason, same as us. Perhaps I need to listen to her, hear her out. Locked inevitable notes. The inevitable node is only active when its conditions are cleared. This one will only activate if you collect a bliss crystal. Right. Interrupt Jade. Laszlo will do it politely enough. Or answer Jade's question. Wait, she must have a reason for doing this. Yes, absolutely. If you want her to be honest, we will too. I answer Jade's question as best I can, but I have to stifle my impatience. It's getting us nowhere. We weren't the ones supposed to be asking the questions. Or weren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions? When I do manage to get in a question, Jade deflects with another. Every time I answer, she asks for more details. She's not being aggressive, she's defending herself, making sure we can be trusted perhaps.
Listen to me. Don't fight her.
I know. I'm trying.
The real problem is, I can see Nora crossing her arms and scowling. He's annoyed and getting dangerously close to the boiling point. One bliss crystal gained. Trust Jade or take the lead. Well, I'll follow what Bliss suggested. Wait until she's done. She'll be grateful you did. Oh, that's locked. This isn't. We've got a Bliss crystal. Nora gets impatient. Bond. She expected a different Jade, one with more empathy. I can understand. From the corner of my eye, you can see Nora standing frozen. Her usual electric fidgeting has stilled. Jade's up close now, arms crossed, straight-backed, every bit an investigative journalist. This isn't the badass Nora expected. As Jade continues to hammer questions at her, as I see Nora's shoulders set, her face turned down. She's not just disappointed, she's getting defensive. I don't really blame her, but this is a delicate conversation. Can we risk her getting on edge? Nora loses her cool. We don't have 2 bliss crystals. I decided to go first to focus on my goal.
Really need to know why you were talking to Ursula. She told us you were interested in publishing her poetry, but given all that's happened, well, I don't think that's the half of it.
I catch Nora glancing over, eyes burning. Did I overstep the mark? Was she about to question her new friend here?
Fine. I was doing another investigation into MK, and Ursula was helping. We believe the company was dipping its toes into medical care, or a public health program. A couple of neighborhood kids said an MK agent had offered them coupons and free samples. Said it was to test a new product line.
Dodgy.
They call it egregore. They claim
Heard of that. She sighs, rubs her forehead.
it's gonna help them with exams, stress, clarity of mind and all that.
Clarity of mind? Egregore? That feels like something out of Reverie, honestly. But
That's
how?
all I know.
I know why she turned to Ursula.
Wait. You contacted my mother because of her work on the Oxyons, on the history of Athena, right?
I only stumbled across them by chance. Sounds like MK tried to have them burned. But a few copies survived. They were the only other references to egregore I've ever found.
So MK knew about Ursula all along. Are they the reason she disappeared? Probably best to gain 2 bliss crystals. Ask Jade to use the network. Could help, but she might have her own problems. Jade seems more engaged now, her body language less hostile, her expression more responsive. And let her speak.
I'm not one for betting, but if I were, I'd bet this whole island that MK has their fingers in this pie.
Maybe Maybe you could... Nora said you had a huge following. Online?
Did she?
Nora's enjoying this, I can
Well, I
tell.
wouldn't say huge. Sizable, though, yeah.
Could you put the word out? Through the networks? Someone might know something. Might have seen something. My mother wasn't exactly an unknown quantity in Alma. Maybe someone saw her leave?
Jade immediately looks away, refusing to meet any of her eyes.
Well, that's tricky, isn't it?
It is?
Yeah, those networks. They're the lifeblood of Atina's resistance. If I go making them a fact-finding posse, well, MK's gonna shut that down quick as he like.
That's an excuse if ever I heard one. Doesn't want to get involved. Well, that didn't pan out. Bond. Nora is being clumsy, but all she wants is to connect with Jade. Nora strides forward.
Enough, alright, enough!
Uh-oh.
We've been going out of our minds with worry for days. We heard you might be the sort of person who'd want to help. Help when people are lost, but you're just digging for details. Is the story all you care about? We don't need that. Come on, Paul. If she's not gonna help us, we'll find someone who will.
Well, I guess she's calling it like it is. Jade's a strange source and a journalist to boot. A hardened shell is practically a job requirement. Nora's words have caught her off guard. She steps back, arms hanging loose at her side. One bond crystal gained. Made a public scandal, let's keep it secret. Okay. Go Bliss. No, don't let her upset Jade. Or Nora speak. Well, she's getting somewhere as she is speaking, so we will go with that. May want to respect the emotions she is feeling. It's clear Nora has more to say, so I keep quiet. We've all been through the ringer of late. This might help her relieve some
I knew
pressure.
I shouldn't have gotten so hyped. But who you are, what you do, you seem to be doing so much good around here. I really don't have words for it, so I thought, but I understand. I'm in no position to ask for more. Let's go.
Nora.
Jade's eyes have misted over. There are tears there, welling up at the edges.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to... Oh, hell,
It's okay. It is. Don't worry about it.
The hard edges evaporated almost completely. Well, she's a pushover. Jade wiped her eyes and her
The last
nose.
few days, they've been a lot. Like, a lot. The last few months even. Harder than anything I could ever imagine.
She looks up, trying to force her tears back down. Well, you made an impression, Nora. Let's get that. Here we would lose 2 bond crystals. Blissy, you could get what you want. You did get what you wanted, plus you respect Jade's feeling. Jade's confession, bond. Nora gave you an opportunity to learn more about Jade. Have 3 bond crystals. Lose 2 bliss crystals. Oh, we have approved Laszlo's plan. However, you didn't give him a chance to fully explain himself. He won't talk now. Gain 2 power crystals, lose 1 bliss crystal. Listen to Jade's plan. She won't talk now. You best keep trying to push your own agenda. Let's see what she's got to say. Oh, it's locked. seems like it's locked, and so is that. Although, no, we've got... We don't seem to be able to. Alright. Jade officer help. See, you did what you wanted. Fine.
Maybe I can help. Maybe. Ursula was involved in some stuff. MK stuff, I think. Talking about her disappearance in public. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Last thing I need is more MK heat. Same goes for you lot.
Relief crackles through my spine, lightning an unseen load. She's going to help us. Nora has retreated in silence, knowing she's probably regretting her outburst. They got us what we needed.
I don't know about this MK stuff. But if you can help me find my Ursula... well, that's the only thing that matters.
I'm sorry if I was harsh. You know? Really,
Yeah.
I am.
You're afraid.
Fighting against MK is like pushing away a glacier. No matter how hard we work, it's useless.
Nora looks like she's still wallowing in shame. We'd both mistaken Jade's cold demeanour, callous disinterest. Turns out she's struggling much like we are. Right, we are through. We can only go up the Bliss route. Gain 10 Bliss crystals. It's safe, and it's what Jade wanted. That's a win-win situation. We can't risk it. We can't risk a war with
We'll
MK.
keep the search secret. Quiet. For now.
Oh, but...
Laszlo, I know, but we can't risk it.
yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. It just feels like we're sitting on our hands.
Is he going to cause problems? Jade seems to
I
approve.
haven't seen Ursula in almost 5 years now. I can't guess what she was up to, or where she went.
For a moment, I can tell Jade's trying to figure out exactly what I mean. It looks like she's itching to ask me more about my relationship with my mother. She opts not to
You
pry.
never really know anyone. Not really. Trust me. Found that out the hard way. I had to learn how to trust people. MK's everywhere. And sometimes a relative's the best way to get to you.
That's rough.
Yeah, that is.
In a way, it only goes to show why I fight. And against who.
The tension seems to break. End of school day vibes wash over the otherwise empty
Well
park.
then, I'd better, you know, make myself scarce.
Us too. We should get back to the Naiads.
Here. Here's my number.
Well, that's
Call me if I
contact.
can help. I mean it.
She flashes her phone screen at Nora, who pulls out her own phone and types in the number. Something more on your mind. Jade has more to say, especially to Nora. As it turns out, Jade lives near the Naiads, so we agree to walk back together. For the first time I notice what a beautiful day it is. Sun warming my skin, the breeze flicking at loose strands of my hair. We meander through Alma, the four of us. It feels almost tranquil.
It's not easy for someone to go missing on this island. Everyone knows everyone and everything. Alma's a small world. A tight-knit community. You'll find her. Problem is, you've got MK between where you are now and where you want to be. No way you're avoiding a tussle.
When I left the Tina, mono concern was background noise, just a detail in our lives. Now they're a juggernaut, unchallenged, inescapable. I've realised I'm angry. Resentment burns in me each and every time I hear that name. We turn a corner and the Naiads floats into view. Nora crosses the path to walk alongside
You
Jade.
mentioned it before, but I think I was approached by those MK goons you mentioned, the public health project guys.
Shit. Egregore and everything.
Yeah.
Was this a job she told me about?
Listen, you didn't ask for it, but here's my advice. You see them coming again? You run, or tell them to fuck off, or scream at them, or whatever. But do not take their money, Nora. I'm serious.
No, yeah, I wasn't going to.
You were, but maybe it was bad advice. Who gave her that advice?
I've heard rumors. People who came back the very opposite of healthy, and ones who never came back at all.
There have been other disappearances?
Hard to tell. People go missing all the time. Especially the ones society pushes to its edge.
I can tell Jade's trying to sound reasonable. She's had to deal with so much.
Sometimes they just move on. Change cities. There are rarely any records. But recently, a lot more people than normal have gone away. And most haven't come back.
But the ones who did come back?
Said they were given this egregore stuff. Pills or injections. And that was it. Some got sick, others were fine. But no clarity of mind business.
Will this be the moment to tell the truth? No, not yet. Reverie's my burden to bear for now. How do I bring up the aspirations without sounding like I'm having a stroke?
And bear that burden you shall. You must.
I tried to ignore Power's voice. I don't want to start acting weird and lose what little trust we've built with Jade. Not far now. Jade gives us a nod and a wave as she heads into her building. As we turn to sleep, Bliss appears alongside me. I smile at Nora and Laszlo as we walk along in companionable silence, and Bliss laughs.
Someone's been busy.
Yeah, just a bit, Bliss.
Well, guess what? We've been busy too. You're not the only bunch investigating. Bond and Power and I have news.
Truth still clings to life. But they are beyond our reach alone. Even our own ties have been severed. But we are close. So very close.
Our world does not cease to be when you are not viewing it. It is imperative that you stabilize your home front quickly so that you may assist us in Reverie. Do whatever you must.
Who are you to tell me what to do? I'm trying.
No. So, here's the plan. We can clear the way to Truth Sanctuary, but after that, we'll have to summon you. Be ready.
End of chapter. Choosing an outcome. You've reached the end of the act. Time for you to choose an outcome. Only the ones you have unlocked with crystals you gathered are available. Close this tutorial and use that on the outcome you wish to play. Well, we can't do that. Need 13 Bond or Power crystals. We can easily do that. Bliss, a spark of joy. I can help them find a memory now. Truth's buried temple. That's beautiful. Bliss is here, bouncing from foot to foot.
Took your time?
Where are we?
Truth's domain. Figured out a way inside. Finally. Anyway, shall we?
I'm surprised to find a cave, cold and damp. Not at all where I imagined the aspiration of truth would reside. Empty walls, clear water, an unfillable void. It could be how they picture facts and accuracy, cold, solid.
Chilly in here, innit?
This whistles to herself despite the dour surroundings. I see truth there in the centre. They are broken, shattered. I move closer, my footsteps echoing in the void without dying entirely. Even sound can't hide in
Right
here.
then. Let's get this old witch back in shape, shall we?
A diminutive aspiration digs through her pockets, extracting a multitude of objects. A Gallic presser halberd, a small owl-like creature staring out from a cage.
I know it's in here somewhere. Aha!
He's got deep pockets. He brandishes a colossal tube of glue the size of a bazooka. Not surprisingly, it's an eye-blistering pink.
Now then.
You uncap the tube. Somehow it feels all of this is for show. A ritual tied to Bliss's nature. Yet something changes in the air. A vibration, a rhythm, a hum, coming from the statue itself. And there, it seems, is truth. That truth? Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. End of chapter. Truth's Buried Temple. Silent trains in the cave, the new figure stands before me, regarding me with cold eyes. I hope Bliss was right, that they know where my mother is. The aspiration stirs. Bliss. Bond. Power. They're all here.
I am truth. I am the eye that sees, the unveiled, the watcher in the dark. And I am whole, once more. Thanks to you, Harmony.
That name again, no matter.
You're welcome. But please, my mother?
My memories remain out of reach, shattered, like my cell. Although I cannot tell you where your mother may be, I do know her fate is entwined with that of Chaos, and that it was Chaos who incapacitated me.
Bliss is sitting on the ground, visibly annoyed by something. Bond seems to be uncomfortable, but Power stands and begins pacing, almost marching.
This is outrageous. We have tolerated this charlatan's exploits for far too long.
I've told you before, Chaos would be the death of us. Always scheming and plotting against their own kin.
Chaos, an inspiration without aim. A loss of direction. Interesting. Some interesting comments on the human condition, I guess.
They may have a maze, but I have an army. I'll flush him out in no time.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
No. Such violence would only widen the rift that already threatens to tear Reverie apart.
Right?
We need to listen to each other, please. Harmony. Our kin Chaos retreated to their endless maze shortly after Truth disappeared. Now we know why.
That maze. Is it impenetrable?
No.
It's a labyrinth of trickery and tomfoolery built by a coward. I'd go in there myself, only...
Power directed by Chaos is disastrous.
Only we cannot enter an aspiration's domain without being invited.
And that charlatan will never let us in. They will refuse to fight face to face.
Yes.
That's enough.
Misdirection. Misdirection. Lies. Chaos.
Chaos may be unbound, but the secret to their return is consensus, not division.
Bond is correct. War is an engine of strife, and in direct opposition to our needs. And may I remind you, we have other matters to attend to. Our realm lies in tatters, a shadow of itself. Glory refuses reason at every turn.
Is glory just a word that's capitalized because of the sentence, or is glory another aspiration?
We must decide where our attention is most required.
I need to remind them of my own
I
goal.
have to find my mother. For the sake of my own family.
Did I speak too frankly? They seem surprised.
I hope you understand.
Certainly. It is the logical choice. But I would suggest that a search for Chaos and a search for Ursula may well be one and the same.
I don't understand. Why would they be linked? What aren't you telling me?
Not a single one of them can look me in the eye. Another secret, another closed door. I need to pry open with my bare hands.
I may have a mutually beneficial solution. May, as I say, my memory remains treacherous. Go home. Await the coming of tomorrow, and we will see if fate guides us true.
Fate?
The laugh escaping my throat hurts.
Fate is an easy word to throw around. I'll wait for tomorrow.
That's something we seldom have any escape from.
I am pleased.
The other aspirations look set to launch into their own sales pitches. I made up my mind. I bid them farewell, closed my eyes, and plunged down the rabbit hole to Brittle. I'm back at the Naiads. Travelling between the two realms is always a brief and uneventful affair. Wait, I'm not alone. Something fogs my vision, a popping, crackling sensation that could only be...
That was a pretty mess.
Chaos!
Chaos? I don't understand. Bond said you were hiding, so how are you here?
Hiding from them,
Now?
not you. Tempting you, maybe.
Hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm out here relaxing, taking a load off, escaping the rat race. You've seen the others. Can you blame me? Doesn't mean I can't talk to you, though, you lucky thing.
Lucky?
But why? Why won't you work with them then?
Because they've got it all wrong, you see?
I am chaos, as much as truth is truth and power is power. They aren't just names, my dear. I'm not hiding from you. I'm just in a place that requires effort to reach. Live your life by my name. I'm sure we'll see each other soon. Bye-bye for now.
And they're gone, taking their riddles with them. Live your life by my name. They're offering me another path, right? Whatever's coming my way, I need a break. It's late. I'm tired and anxious about whatever truth has planned for tomorrow. Time to eke out whatever rest I can manage. Heart screen. This is the heart screen. It shows the number of crystals you've collected throughout the journey. Aspirations need Egregore to extend their influence over Brittle. Collecting their crystals fills up the gauge that represents their needs for Egregore. You can press 8 to open this at any time on the Orbital. Fulfilling an aspiration's needs for Egregore completely will change Athena's destiny. Will you choose a champion? Or will you try to maintain balance between the forces ruling both Reverie and Brittle? I'm guessing... Oh, there's still one there. Glory. The Glory is another one. We've got Bliss, Power, Bond, Truth, and Chaos, and Glory yet to be found. 21 Bliss Crystals. Fascinating. Act 2, Chapter 1. Let's just get there, and we're not going to continue from there. We'll leave that till next time. But see where we'll be picking up. A new day without a lead. Talk with Nora and Laszlo and go over our options. It's been 5 years since I was last on Latina. It's weird to be back. So much has changed. So much is new.
What's the plan?
There we are back at the Naiads, which is where we will pick it up next time. It's not the strongest of Dontnod's adventures, but it's fascinating in its own way and contains some really interesting commentary on the human condition. Enjoy your coffee. May you have a blessed day. If you wish the channel to grow, hit the like, comment and subscribe. Fairly well.